everybody. Welcome to the Blind Spot Project. This is a show where we talk about a movie that we haven't seen before, and we talk about it. It's a lot of fun. It's a classic. It's a cult classic. It's a popular movie, whatever it might be, a critical darling. And today we are making a change. It's not the one that we had advertised the last time, because I was thinking about it with Predator Badlands coming out, and I know I was going to have to see that. I was like, well, I have never seen a Predator movie before. Never.
Hey.
Yeah. So I'm like, it's a huge blind spot. And I have a series called Blind Spot Project. So we should talk about Predator. And that would be really fun. And you were up for it. So
Yeah.
what we're going to do is we're going to move I Am Love. We're going to move that to February. So that'll be our February movie.
Perfect.
And that'll be a lot of fun. But we wanted to talk about 1987 Predator.
It's a fun film because
Yeah.
I'm an Alien franchise girly. Like
Ooh.
I adore that franchise through and through. I love what Scott did. I love what Cameron did. I love Alien.
Uh-huh.
So for me to dive into Predator, I was kind of like, but is it as good as Alien? Who knows? But Predator just brings like
It's
a
really different
very
than Alien, I would say.
Oh yeah, like
This
this is
first
just
one.
fun, macho
Yeah.
Schwarzenegger action film that like it's just a good
Yeah.
time. It's such a good time.
Well, we're going to talk about it, and I'm film critic Grace Wagner. Mon's here.
Hi.
How
I
have you been
love doing
doing?
this. I'm good. I had a very relaxing week.
Oh, good.
Everything's been going well here, and I'm just excited to talk about movies. It's been a
Yes.
while for me, so I'm
Yeah.
just like, let me dive in full
I
on
mean, how are
with
you
you.
feeling about like the fall awards movies and the fall releases and things like that?
It's a mess.
Good. It's a mess.
It's a mess. They
Yeah.
started piling up on us now, and now I'm still doing catch up from TIFF because I just haven't had the time to actually sit down and collect my
Yeah.
thoughts. But it's in full gear. A
I
very
feel
different
like,
climate from last year.
yeah, I feel like this
So
is going to be another, what was it, 2022? Yeah, 2022. Like that year, there weren't that many of the awards movies that I hated, but a lot of them I was just
kind
kind
of
of like,
like, eh,
it's
that's where I'm
okay.
at. Yeah, yeah. I know. The only like I would say top three for me is like One Battle After Another,
Uh-huh.
Hamnet,
And
and
Sinners.
and Sinners. Those are the three where
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, I'm locked in with. And K-pop Demon Hunters, which I just watched,
Ooh, yeah, you just saw that. Yes.
and I'm like, I'm so mad that I missed that hype train, but it's so good. So that's another one where I'm pulling
Yeah.
for.
Well, I learned so much this week about I did not know. Did you know that demons and devils are not the same?
Yes.
I did not know this. I thought they were
Yeah.
the same. I thought that was just another name for devil is demon.
They're very different because I've watched
I'm
15
learning.
seasons of
And I guess,
Supernatural, so
well, I guess
I know.
particularly in like Asian cultures, like demons are more of, they can just be more like tricksters,
Yeah.
pranksters. They're a little more chaotic, more random,
Mhm.
but they can actually be good, which makes
Yes.
sense, especially because it's kind of crazy because it's not only K-pop Demon Hunters this season, but you've got Demon Slayer movie, and there's another Demon Slayer movie coming out. You have the Chainsaw, which had devils, and somebody commented on my Chainsaw review and was like, "Oh, in because I said, oh, is this just the year for demons?" And they were like, "Oh, but it's devils in Chainsaw," and I was like, "Isn't that the same thing?" I'm like, "Oh no,
Yeah.
oops,"
The lore is different for both of them, so
because
it's interesting.
we don't really have either of those in my church, so it's just not something that
Yeah.
I knew about, or
It's just it's different.
learn
Yeah.
something new every day, right?
There you go. It's
Like
very
we have
different.
evil spirits, we believe in evil spirits, but it's just not the like devils and demons and hell and stuff like that. Like we don't
Yeah.
really believe that in my church.
We
So
have that.
yeah.
We have that.
So that was interesting. I went on a Google
Like a deep dive.
Google deep dive into demons and
Oh,
devils.
that's funny. A deep dive. I
I was
love
like,
that.
are
It
devils,
happens
isn't that
sometimes.
the same thing? I thought it was devils and demons were the
You
same
can't
thing.
control it because like that rabbit hole is just oh,
Yeah.
you'll find stuff.
Well, yeah. So I had never seen a Predator movie, none in the franchise. Because the
Mm,
truth is that I don't really love bloody movies. Like,
yes.
I I can appreciate them certainly, but it's not something that as a just a patron of as a normal moviegoer, something that I would like seek out is
Hmm.
really bloody movies. So something like Predator never really appealed to me because I think that's its main sort of draw is that oh this is a
Yeah.
gory kind of movie. And
Mm.
and so I mean one of the positive things about doing the movie show this year and some of the other things is that I have been forced out of my comfort zone, which has been great. Like I think it's good to do, but
Yeah.
it's just one of those franchises that I never seen. I just hadn't. So
Are you a fan of Rachel's reviews? Do you look forward to Family Movie Night, Female Film Critics panels, or the Talking Disney podcast? If so, please consider supporting the podcast by becoming a Patreon. As a patron, you get to access monthly events such as the watch-alongs and Q&As, where you get to talk to stars and find out the behind the scenes of the movie making industry. And you can pick what I review for Family Movie Night or even become a guest on the podcast. Podcasts and YouTube channels are expensive, and I really, really could use your help. I would so appreciate it. You also get to be a member of the Facebook group where we talk about all the films that we're seeing, and we have so much fun. Go to patreon.com/hallmarkies and select one of the Rachel's fan tiers. That's patreon.com/hallmarkies.
Yeah.
And so that was fun to get to watch Predator Badlands, and I made sure I watched it before I'd seen the old one because I just thought that would
Yes.
be an interesting perspective.
Oh yeah, because I
Yeah.
remember I did a podcast about 2 years ago, and they were like, "Oh, Prey's coming out, so let's watch
Oh yeah.
Predator." So I did the reverse. I had to watch Predator first and then watch Prey, and
Uh-huh.
there's an appreciation for the practical effects. I think
Mm-hmm.
that's the stark difference. Like for a film done in 1987, that's the most impressive aspect of the Predator
Yeah.
creature and what they did with it. So to watch that and then watch Prey, there's like it's very different. The technology
Yeah.
is like incredible in that
Yeah,
case.
it's true. Very, very, very different. And I could see
Yeah.
why some people are like, oh, this is no good because they do try, especially this Badlands, they really do try to subvert the franchise. And I can appreciate that wouldn't be for everybody.
They do, yeah.
But it's just interesting to see how a franchise can evolve and change and grow
Oh
over the years,
yeah.
you know?
That's my favorite thing. I mean, that's
Yeah.
the difference even too in comparison to Alien.
Uh-huh.
Alien, the like even Romulus and Alien Earth, the only thing that they can technically advance is the science of it.
Mm-hmm.
It's the technology, but at the root, it's
Yeah.
always going to go back to like the synths and like AI and all of that. Whereas with
Uh-huh.
Predator, like especially with Badlands, which was so impressive, is that you gave a
Mm-hmm.
backstory to the Predator, which is like
Yeah.
you
And
don't
then
normally go that route.
there's people out there who are like, oh, you turned the Predator into Disney princess and all this stuff. I hear that. Oh, and people complaining. And I'm like,
I didn't get that.
what?
Why?
I
It's
mean,
a hero's journey. Like, why are we
I mean,
like,
it's still pretty bloody just because, but the thing is that most of the animals and yuchas have green blood, which is the case also in the original.
it is? So
Yes, the
I don't know
original
what they're
obviously is
complaining.
more bloody because
Yeah.
more humans are killed, but there's still green blood in the
Yeah.
original, you
And I
know?
felt like even the action scenes, the fight choreography, they
Yeah,
evolved with the weaponry that they had, especially because they
yeah.
worked with the environment within the planet. I thought that was amazing in Badlands. Because like there's not really much else that you can do with the
Well,
creature,
and
with
I
these
can
like
understand why people are irritated with something like, and I got irritated with Luke Skywalker's story, and him getting turned into this bitter old man who's going to kill his nephew, which is absurd.
dumb.
And why people get upset. And part of it is I'm just tired of is that the only thing that we bring back these legacy characters, the only arc that we can
Yep.
think of, like just because it worked in Logan, we don't need it for every single movie. And if they're going to bring back the Mummy, Brendan Fraser, they better not
Oh,
do that. They better not
I
have them be divorced and bitter and upset and blah, blah, blah. I will be so irritated. But that's what they've done for almost every franchise.
it's annoying.
It's
'Cause
very annoying.
they want to be
But
different, but then they're all the same
yeah,
now. It's like, okay, thanks.
yeah, you're right. They're all the same. But to me, the Badlands was interesting because you don't have any of those legacy characters,
No, you
so it's
don't.
just a new story.
Which we need. And like I
Yeah,
had said that it kind of looks like it's a standalone. It feels like a standalone instead of it trying to tie together
yeah.
like from previous films. And like
It,
technically it's a sequel to
yeah, I
Prey. Yeah,
agree.
sure. But it
Well, and
didn't
that Killer of
feel.
Killers, I haven't seen that.
I didn't see that one either. I
Yeah,
didn't
the
even know that
animated.
came out.
So
Which I feel bad, but
there's like a trilogy from Dan Trachtenberg now,
yeah.
and so I'll definitely want to watch all three of those.
Yeah.
But yeah, they are pretty standalone, which is nice for a
It's
series as well.
nice.
And
Like
I was surprised in this original one, 1987. I was surprised how much of a monster movie it is.
it's such a monster
I
movie.
don't know why I wasn't expecting that, but I just wasn't.
Like the thing is that they're learning what the predator is, and he's stealthy. He's
Yeah,
invisible cloak that he has. Like there's a lot of they made him like like jacked with like different like power sets, which is awesome to watch. Right.
yeah,
And he keeps you at the edge of your seat. It's like the anticipation, especially with a massive star like Schwarzenegger doing this. Like there's
yeah.
so many things working in its favor, but it's just like those quiet moments, the lurking, it
It
being
kind
so
of reminded
stealth.
it kind of reminded me of Jurassic Park at times
Yeah, I
in the
had the same
feel.
feeling.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
And I was surprised how long it took them to even show any of the Predator at
I
all.
know.
It takes the first time you see the Predator is at the 42-minute mark. So
Yep.
very far in. The biggest like body shots, because that's just like the eyes, the face, um, that you don't get the first real look at the Predator, non-invisible at 1 hour, 8 minutes.
Like that's incredible work
Yeah,
for
yeah.
this. That's so sick.
Also, there's not as much Arnold as I was thinking there would be.
There isn't.
Nope. And I mean, you could make an argument that this is a Carl Weathers movie, not an Arnold
100%.
Schwarzenegger movie.
God bless that too, because like Carl Weathers is just magnetic on screen, so it's
Yeah,
fun. I
and
think
he's
the
great.
bromance too between the two of them, it was more so balanced. Like there's ever since there's a GIF on Twitter where you have like just two bros like grabbing each other's hands. And then when they did that,
Yeah.
you know, the muscly arms that they did that I was like, why did you have to cut to that particular like the way they did that? I was like, it's just such a bromance and like it's
It
funny
is a
to
very
see that in
bro-y movie.
context. It's such a bro movie that I was like, yeah, manly men fighting predator. Like it was just that type of vibe. It's like fine for the movie that it is.
Yeah.
Like you don't get this type of film anymore either where it's like just for the sake of like having fun and like
Yeah, it's
making
just a
it a
fun.
creature feature,
Yeah,
right? Like,
it's
because
true.
like Badlands has a lot of components to it, but it's like it's still linear, but it has a lot
Yeah.
of like moving parts too with like Elle Fanning's character and then like
Yeah. Well, and
what
her
Deck is
being part
sent
of the
there.
Alien franchise, basically,
Yeah.
because she's a
Ever since,
synth. She's from that
yeah,
corporation. So they're trying to
yeah,
merge both of the franchises. They did it
yeah,
pretty seamlessly, I think. It
yeah,
wasn't because a lot of movies you can feel like, oh, this scene makes no sense and it serves no purpose. Even in MCU, they do it all the time. And or like the DCU was terrible about that.
oh
Like
God, I know.
I'm Bruce Wayne. I'm just going to open up this file with all of the Justice League on it, and including graphics, ready made. It's absurd, but and that can be distracting. But this, it was
Mm,
it was sort of subtle enough that it was like, okay, that's just that's
yeah,
where she was made. That's where she works. That's where her sister works. That's
yeah.
where. So I was not distracted by any of this sort of cinematic universe of it.
No, because I think the subtlety is just like you hear Wayland and you're like, okay, cool. We know that
Yeah.
they're from there. It wasn't like beating your head
Yeah.
like over your head with it. So
Yeah.
I liked that part, but it's like they had to incorporate something with Elle Fanning's character. So it was that. So there is a
Yeah.
subtlety
Well,
to
and there
it.
was nothing that brought on the ick, like
No.
the droid in Alien Romulus. I know it's not a droid, but you know what I mean.
I know that scene. I'm like,
Like
come
that
on.
was ick. It was
Yeah,
gross because he's
it
dead.
was.
It's gross. Don't do
I just
that.
no, because I do think that Alien Earth did a better job with
And
the
it wasn't
series as a
necessary.
whole.
He did not need to
No,
be like he could have been any real actor, playing the
couldn't
synth, I
anyone.
guess is what they call it. You didn't
Yeah,
need it to be this actor who
yeah.
died. Like that's gross. I don't like it.
I hate when they do that.
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
no good.
they have to
And I mean,
retire that.
I can like understand a little bit in Rise of Skywalker because Carrie Fisher had passed away.
Yeah.
Like I get it. If you're in like a tough spot and you need it for
Mm.
just a little bit, but no, even
It
then,
still
I don't like
felt
it. I don't like it.
no. For
No.
her especially because it happened during I get the circumstance, but
Yeah.
there was something that could have been
Hmm.
done in that case.
Well, for Predator, like overall, do you like the 1987? Are you a
Oh
fan?
yeah, I think I gave
Yeah.
it 4 out of 5. I had a blast. It's a fun bro movie. Like all of Schwarzenegger's are like that. Like you know what I mean. I'm not even that big of a fan of his, but then I realized that I haven't watched many of his films. So when I said that, I was like, oh, wait, I didn't watch a lot of Arnold, so I kind of went on a
Yeah.
marathon, and this was one of them. I was like, no, he's actually pretty funny.
Yeah.
Like he's actually pretty good. So yeah, I like Predator.
I enjoyed it too. I thought it was a
Yeah.
solid little movie. The is directed by John McTiernan
Mhm.
and written by Jim Thomas and John Thomas, and stars Arnold Schwarzenegger, Carl Weathers, Elpidia Carrillo. A team of commandos on a mission in a Central American jungle find themselves hunted by an extraterrestrial warrior. Yeah, so
Yeah.
I was one movie that I thought about a lot is Apocalypse Now, especially
Me
that
too.
scene especially that scene where Arnold gets all covered with mud. That's
Yeah.
very similar to Apocalypse Now. And I wasn't
Yeah.
really expecting that. I don't know what I was expecting 100%, but I was not expecting it to be as much of a monster movie as it was, and I wasn't expecting it to be as similar to also be sort of this war movie in a way, like Apocalypse Now, which Apocalypse Now, that was a movie that was a lot better than I thought it was going to be.
That blew me
Yeah,
away. I
it was a
watched
good movie.
the Redux. They
Uh-huh.
had the extended where they re-edited it, or they left the pieces that he cut. So that was
Uh-huh.
like 3 hours and three and a
Oh
half
wow.
hours. I
I don't
watched
think
it.
I watched that one.
That was the first
I'm not
cut I've
sure.
ever I watched. I sat there. I'm like, I have three
Yeah.
hours to kill. Let me watch Apocalypse Now. And then that movie blew me away. That was just crazy stuff. They did the sun with the plane in Badlands. I started laughing when they did the exact same with the
Oh yeah,
choppers. They did
that's
the same
true.
thing. So I was like, oh,
Yeah.
okay. Everyone
That
loves
was an
that shot
homage for sure.
for sure.
I mean, if I was going to be critical of the movie, I did not need so many like night vision shots. You know what I'm saying? Like
There were a lot. They
it's from
changed
the
the
perspective of
lenses.
the predator, right? That's why they do
Yeah.
that. I didn't need
The
they were in love with that. John
The
McTiernan was like,
thermal. Yeah, he's like, oh my God, thermal. Yay, let's
yeah,
do
in
it. They know
thermal,
where it
yeah.
goes. Yeah.
He
So
was
that
really excited about that.
honestly, I think for them, it's like, yay, new technology. Let's ram it and do because I think Badlands did it the same way, but in a different. They
Yeah,
overutilized the her lens. It was more
yeah.
so her with the eye, like Wayland's technology. I thought they overutilized that, but I do have like some peeves with Badlands because I felt like the last 20 minutes I was like, this is very Marvel movie-esque that we're getting
Yeah.
right now. And like the multiple endings,
It
the
was
kind of like
derivative
wink,
of a
wink.
lot. It was derivative of a lot of different things. I thought a lot about
Yeah.
Love and Monsters. Do you remember that from
I,
Pandemic?
yes,
I love
yes.
that movie, but it
Yeah.
definitely reminded me a lot of that. He's on a journey. He's got a plucky sidekick. He's not that is unique to
Yeah.
that, but all the creatures they come in contact with, things like that. But there's a lot of movies that it felt very similar to, which
Yeah.
is a totally fair critique to have.
Yeah.
It's interesting how involved Schwarzenegger was because this was pretty early in his career, And he says here that the first thing I look for in a script is a good idea. A majority of scripts are ripoffs of other movies. People think they can become successful overnight. They sat down one weekend and wrote a script because they read that Stallone did that with Rocky. Predator was one of the scripts I read, and it bothered me in one way. It was just me and the alien. So we redid the whole thing so that it was a team of commandos, and then I liked the idea. I thought it would make a much more effective movie and be much more believable. I liked the idea of starting out with an action adventure, but then coming in with some horror and science fiction.
I love that he was that involved. I didn't know he
Yeah.
was that involved. That's awesome.
Well, yeah. And also the fact that because you think of somebody like Schwarzenegger as having like a huge ego, right? But
Yeah.
here, he literally made his part less.
Because he thought it would work better, which is
Yeah,
amazing.
he liked the idea of a team of commandos. And he isn't in the movie that much.
No.
I was surprised by that. But it seems like that was by his design. And it was also more of a horror movie than I was expecting. I think they succeeded in that in coming in with some horror and science fiction.
Yeah, I mean, you kind of have to with like the creature that you're, you know, writing a story around. You have to add those elements, I think. And that's why like it has a perfect balance of everything. It's a little bit for everybody. They don't it's not too scary because that's what everyone says like, "Oh, it's more of a horror movie. You should be watching it in October." And I'm like, "Yes, but also it's an action film and like it's a war movie all
Yeah.
the same, right?" So
Well,
it's
I mean,
very
you
hard
can
to
watch
place it.
horror anytime.
You can, but
Yeah.
yeah, oh, all the time. I mean, I'll put it in any time. But
Yeah.
it's like they always kind of conflate. You can put it in any category, which is amazing.
Well, this is interesting too. So Jean-Claude Van Damme was originally cast as Predator,
Hmm.
with the intent that the physical action star would use his martial arts skills to make the Predator an agile ninja-like hunter. However, when the 5'9" Van Damme was compared to Schwarzenegger, Weathers, and Ventura, because Jesse Ventura is also in this movie,
Yeah.
actors over 6 feet tall and known for their bodybuilding regimens, it became apparent a more physically imposing man was needed to make the creature appear threatening.
Sorry,
So.
Van Damme. We love you, Short King. We're sorry.
Additionally, it was reported that Van Damme constantly complained about the monster suit being too hot and causing him to pass out. He allegedly had also repeatedly voiced reservations about only appearing on camera in the suit. Additionally, the original design for the Predator was felt too cumbersome and difficult to manage in the jungle. And so he was removed from the film and replaced by 7'2" tall Kevin Peter Hall, which is wild.
That's crazy. That was
Yeah.
Van Damme.
That big, 7'2". Holy cow.
7'2".
Yeah.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Big boy.
Yeah. And so I guess that was filmed in Mexico, which is interesting. And let's see here. Both McTiernan and Schwarzenegger lost 25 pounds during the film. Schwarzenegger's weight loss was professional choice, while McTiernan lost the weight because he avoided the food in Mexico due to health concerns.
Oh no gosh. Way.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Carl Weathers said the actors would secretly wake up as early as 3 a.m. to work out before the day's shooting. Weathers also stated that he would act as if his physique was naturally given to him and would work out only after the other actors were nowhere to be seen.
Jeez.
Yeah. According to Schwarzenegger, the filming was physically demanding. The actor and former bodybuilder shipped gym equipment to Mexico and trained intensively every day before shooting began, usually with his co-stars. Yeah, I think that phrase "manly men" was coined during the production of Predator. This is the screenwriter, Jim Thomas. He said.
Yeah, I can see it. It's a bro movie. It's too much of a bro movie. I can't. Like, that's amazing.
Yeah. So in addition, cast and crew endured very cold temperatures in the Mexican jungle and required heat lamps to be on all the time. The cast and crew filmed on rough terrain that, according to the actor, was never flat, always on a hill. We stood all day long on a hill, one leg down, one leg up. It was terrible. Schwarzenegger also faced the challenge working with Kevin Peter Hall, who could not see in the Predator suit. The actor recalled that when he's supposed to slap me around and stay far away from my face, all of a sudden, whap, there he is, was his hand with claws on it. Hall stated in an interview that his experience with the film wasn't a movie, it was a survival story for all of us.
Oh my God.
So this
So
is a
extra.
really good Wikipedia for this one.
Yeah, it's so fun. All of that's just so fun to know.
I tell you, another thing that I could have used less of is
Mm.
I didn't need so much invisible Predator. There was a lot of it, you know, and they
They
were in
built the
love with that visual.
anticipation as the
They,
building
they
the
they were so excited about that visual effect that's like,
it's so cool. It's so sick. The night
yeah,
vision, everything, like all of that's so sick because it's like you're trying to make him. I think the point of it is like you have the
I mean,
xenomorph,
I think it's
like
I think it's trying to those horror elements because if he's
yeah,
invisible, you never know where he is and you could be
yeah,
killed at any time.
yeah,
They say the invisibility effect was achieved by having someone wearing a bright red suit because it was the furthest opposite of the green of the jungle and the blue of the sky, the size of the predator. The red was
yeah.
removed with chroma key techniques, leaving an empty area. The take was then repeated without the actors using a 30% wider lens on the camera. When the two takes were combined optically, the jungle from the second take filled in the empty area. Since the second take was filmed with a wider lens, a vague outline of the alien could be seen with the background scenery bending around its shape. Which, I mean, I'm surprised they didn't just do green screen, but I guess that's why it looks as cool as it does.
It look because we're expected now with the technology to be like we know what
Yeah.
would be easier, but
I mean, no
for
wonder
them
they
to
were so in
keep
love
it,
with it because it
they're like,
sounds like it was,
yeah,
yeah, it was a real.
let's keep
They
doing
were like,
it.
oh,
It's like it looks so good with what we have.
I
Keep
was like, I
going.
want to see the predator, not this.
I want to see the
They said that
Oh.
for the thermal vision, infrared film could not be used because it did not register in the range of body temperature wavelengths. The filmmakers used Inframetrics thermal video scanner because it gave good heat images of objects and people. The glowing blood was achieved by green liquid from glow sticks mixed with personal lubricant for texture.
Amazing. Amazing information.
And they also use some animation, some other things, and that is something you watch something like this, and even though I think they overdid it on both of those visual effects, the invisibility and the infrared, there is
Yeah.
something kind of charming about that they had to make it, and you could tell they had to make it.
Yeah.
You know, now it would just be, you know, a couple clicks into a computer.
So different. Like just
Yeah.
even just the suit, even in Badlands, the fact that they kept it, like you
Uh-huh.
can tell that it's like a practical suit, and like you can tell when like the CGI was help like assisting with that visually, or else like to keep that practicality, it makes a huge difference in comparison to other
Uh-huh.
films now. Because even th with the xenomorph, like it's also practical in
Yeah.
Alien, right? So it's really special that they keep that.
What did you think of the score, the music for
That was
this?
very good. There's
Yeah.
Benjamin Wallfish, I think.
No,
Is it Benjamin
it's
Wallfish for this
well
one?
for this one, it's Alan Silvestri, actually.
Oh, sorry
Yeah.
for Predator, like Predator.
Oh, you mean for
Badlands, it was
Badlands? Yeah.
sorry. Yes,
Yeah.
but I liked it. I like
Yeah. I
Silvestri a
liked the
lot.
score on both of them. And this,
Yeah,
yeah, Alan Silvestri, he had coming off of Back to the Future, and that's 1985.
banging.
And uh, it says here that Predator was his first major action movie, and the score is full of his familiar characteristics: heavy horn blasts, staccato string rhythms, and undulating timpani rolls that highlight the action and suspense.
He's
So,
so good. Well, Silvestri, I think, did the what else did he do? He did the Avengers at one point. He did one of
oh
the
yeah, yeah, he did
Marvel
Avengers.
films
Yeah,
as well.
he did.
So he has a very like iconic
He's done
sound.
a lot with Zemeckis,
Yeah,
with Robert
it's a
Zemeckis.
good
I mean,
pairing.
obviously, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And so we have it starting out with Arnold and Carl Weathers and the army. They're going in there and to try to they're in the jungle, and then we have Hawkins is I think the first one to be killed. But they're able to save Anna. She's the main female character named Anna. And that was pretty grisly how Hawkins was hanging upside down like that. That was pretty grisly.
Just to start, it's like, okay.
Yeah. I was like, this isn't really sci-fi. And where I wasn't expecting that. For some reason, I thought this was sci-fi. And so it's kind of just a cat and mouse chase in the jungle with this monster. That's what this movie is. There's not like a whole lot of plot to talk about. That's why we're not talking about that much plot. But
it's straightforward.
But Carl Weathers, he is, like I said, kind of the lead in this movie.
He is.
Really, he's in it more than Arnold, I swear. And then, so Arnold, when he gets covered with the war paint, that also reminded me a lot of Apocalypse Now.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. And that ending, that line towards the ending when he says, "What the hell are you?" And I thought that was a pretty good tease, for more movies. And but let's talk about Predator Badlands. They make the bold choice to have it be about the predator, right? And like I said, I think it works because it's not a character that you're like changing canon on, like they did with Luke Skywalker or Indiana Jones or all of these movies. This is literally just trying to wonder what I think it's reasonable to say what could be the backstory behind this creature that's obviously intelligent. It's obviously like is able to maneuver around and has some strategy behind. Like like to me, seeing the predator, like it's clear that he comes from a society. He comes with some degree of intelligence. I don't think it's not like if you were gonna all of a sudden make the raptor or Godzilla, if you were gonna make Godzilla the hero of the movie, like that would be absurd because he literally is just a monster. But I feel like from this first movie and from this movie that there is more to the predator.
Oh, absolutely. I think giving him a backstory that's like heartbreaking. To have like siblings be a massive factor in this film obviously like pulls at the heartstrings, and they did a good job making the audience care for him at the very beginning.
And I also,
because that's hard to do.
I appreciate how tightly edited the movie is. It's under 2 hours, and that's a problem that I have with a lot of sci-fi is that they feel bloated to me. They feel boring.
It's so much not juxtaposition, exposition. Jesus,
and this one,
sorry,
it kept flipping along. It kept me engaged.
Yeah, action sequences were literally placed at like just the right time. It was seamless going through there, and we learned more about the actual the world building was incredible in Badlands because we're learning about this planet along with the predator, and then he adapts to it quite well towards the end that we see. So it's really good work here.
Particularly the razor glass. That was, I think, the best world building of the movie.
I agree.
That was a very cool sequence, and also sort of showed the thought and it wasn't just an empty action scene that doesn't matter. It actually added to the characters. How are they going to get around this seemingly insurmountable obstacle?
Yeah.
What are they going to do? And so then you're engaged. You're curious what's going to happen. I mean, how did you feel with the decision? How did you feel in general about Elle Fanning, her character? How did you feel about that? It's Tia is her name.
Yeah, I think that she was the right amount of goofy. Because that could have gone stale so fast. Like even the humor could have gotten stale. But I thought that she played it really cutesy and fun, but there was also like more of like a mystery to her as well as to why she was so eager to like
Yeah.
have him help her or like her like help him as a
Yeah.
tool.
Well, and I
Um,
think her playing her sister, playing Tessa, that also kind of helped give sort of a balance to her character,
Absolutely. Like
you
if you
know?
didn't have that counter, I think it would have felt kind of empty.
Hmm.
So that was it was really well done in that case. And I think the banter between the two of them and just developing that relationship also wasn't in your face, didn't feel forced. It was kind of just natural
Yeah.
progression, which was
Yeah.
good.
Yeah. What did you think about, we talked a little bit about the cinematic universe, but particularly the Wayland Yutani Corporation bringing in some of those things. And does it make you excited for what's coming up next?
Oh yeah, I mean, I love just like Romulus and I love Alien Earth. I just think that like I love this and Prey, like I still have to watch the other one. So I think that if they do like another joint
Hmm.
film, I think it'd be really exciting to see what
Yeah.
like what he has to offer even for the Alien franchise as well.
Yeah. I only watched the first episode of Alien Earth because I was just so busy. Were there any hints in Alien Earth to that you saw in Badlands, or that any predator elements that you can see in Alien
Not
Earth?
not necessarily, it was kind of
Hmm.
more contained. I don't know if like um there was intentional with Badlands to do that either. I think it was
Uh-huh.
just a pull because they were using the like the synths. I don't think that there's gonna be like a joint film, but it
Oh,
could
I absolutely do think there's going to be a joint film. I think that that for sure that we're going to get basically a new version of Alien versus Predator. I think that's totally happening.
I'd be so blessed. I mean, like I want that, but he like
Yeah.
Dan has to be the one to direct it. Especially
Yeah,
if
I
like the
agree.
only
I agree with
nod
that.
I feel like it's easier to do a nod to Alien in a Predator film than to nod to Predator in an Alien film.
Mm.
If that
Yeah, I
makes
can see
sense.
that. I can see
Because
that.
like I feel like Alien's so much more contained
Yeah.
in like what they do with that franchise that's
The
a bit
only way we
difficult.
won't get it is if this colossally bombs like Tron. Like we're never getting another Tron movie. That ship has sailed. It's over.
They shouldn't have brought
And
it back in
so
the first place, but that's just me.
so and I think that the reason why they brought back Tron is they were hoping, because they have the Tron ride, that I think
Yeah,
that's why. But really, I mean, Disney has such a checkered past when it comes to sci-fi. Like, aside from, you take out Avatar, you take out Stitch, they've had almost nothing hit.
they don't know how to do
It's
it.
bad. I mean, it is bad. Whether
Like
it's
even
like
Tron
John
Legacy.
Carter or
Yeah,
Tomorrowland or Wrinkle in Time. I mean, there is Artemis Fowl. There is a long list of sci-fi fantasy that they have
like
tried that have failed spectacularly.
Wrinkle in Time was one of my favorite books as
Yeah,
a kid. I was ecstatic
me
when
too.
I knew Ava was doing. I was so ecstatic. Watched it. I'm like, how can you? This book is so easy. It's
No,
so
I feel like it's an unfilmable novel. I really do. I mean, all the way that the characters are, the way that the writing is. I think it was a tough task, but they definitely did not meet the task. That's for sure.
there's so much freedom that you have with A
Yeah.
Wrinkle in
Well,
Time,
and
and I think that's the issue with sci-fi. They think that they if they did it animated, there's so
yeah, I
much
agree
more
with
they
that.
could do with their sci-fi,
Yeah.
but they're
Well,
so
and
obsessed with live action that they kind of put themselves in a hole.
also tried to separate it from its spirituality, and that is an
Mm,
essential part of that book,
it
is
is.
what Megan, it's an essential part of that book, what Meg learns about her spiritual value, as
Yeah.
just, and to take that, and to take out anything with God, and the spiritual elements of the story really made it bland and weird and not effective. They like it lost the core of what the story is.
They're scary.
Yeah.
Their problem is that they omit things that are very important to the
Yeah.
characters because they're afraid that the general public won't accept it. But
Yeah.
like it's 2025, they need
Yeah.
to just like be ballsy again and put it out there. Like what Warner
Yeah.
Brothers has been doing, They stick to their guns. They know what's going to work now. And it's like they trust the people that they're hiring to do these
Yeah.
films for. And that's why
Well,
they're like thriving at the moment.
yeah. Well, I mean, and if you think about Avatar, I mean, that's what they've done with James Cameron. They've just said,
Do it.
you know how to do it. You've done it. Here you go. And so at least when you watch Avatar, even if I like them, but if people don't like them, you can feel this is a James Cameron movie. Is this his vision?
Absolutely.
It
You
feels like
understand?
yeah, and so it doesn't feel sort of neutered like A Wrinkle in Time might feel,
Yeah, and it
you
sucks
know.
because like I've always wanted an adaptation for that, and it's like now they're never gonna
Yeah.
do it again. They probably
No,
won't.
and I mean, yeah, that one was bad, and then the one from the 90s is also bad. So
Yeah,
it's it's a tough book. I don't know if
yeah.
but I agree with you that I think if you were going to do it, animated is the way to go. But even in animation, they've had a rough time aside from Lilo and Stitch. I mean, like Treasure Planet, that was a huge flop. Atlantis, The Lost Empire, huge flop.
I love both of those so
I
much
mean,
they're misunderstood.
and I
Like,
think I don't even think that Wally would have been as big a hit as it was if it wasn't in that time when basically like
I agree.
anything that Pixar did was going to
Yeah,
be a big
because
hit.
Wally's so out of pocket. If you really look
Mhm.
at what like
I mean, I love
just the
it,
premise, I adore it too, but it's like
but I think if they released Wally now, I think it wouldn't do that well.
no
The
one would
exact same
care.
movie.
Well,
Yeah.
because Disney's lost the magic. I hate
Because you
saying
even look
that, but they
now, like
have.
Elio. I mean, their Lightyear, that was a huge flop. And because they're trying too hard they're trying in a way too hard to please everybody, so then you please nobody,
But it's
you
also the
know?
fact that like they're bringing back these characters is like I'm tired. Like I understand your original pieces aren't like working, but there's a reason why they're not working is because you're not like you need a rebrand almost in
Yeah.
order to like fix this because they're just going to keep making stuff that like no one's going to care about.
Yeah.
And like you're marketing more to children than the adults like me, like us
Yeah.
two that like we've had the longevity of watching Toy Story when it first came out. Like it's like what are we doing
Yeah.
here?
Because even though I really liked Predator Badlands, it's not one that gives me like hope for Disney as a whole. I feel
No.
like this feels like okay, they got lucky.
Well, they trusted the
The
director.
rest
That's
of
the
the
thing. So
director.
it's like, wow, good job, guys. One out of like a good
And
job. Like, you
I
know what
mean,
I mean?
and I actually did enjoy Tron Ares. To me, Tron Ares is a movie that's like totally forgettable, but like I had a fun enough time at it. Like,
I,
so for me,
it was okay. Yeah.
it was fun enough, but it wasn't like it's nothing that I will be remembering at the end of the year or anything like that, of course.
The only thing I'll remember
So
is probably the soundtrack because I love Nine Inch Nails. So
yeah,
that's
so
pretty much it.
Disney with sci-fi is just it's rough.
They can't do it.
It's rough.
We'd like to take a second and thank our sponsor for this episode of the podcast. It's the Hallmarkies Merch Store.
Are you looking for that perfect gift for the postable, hardy, or Hallmarky in your life?
What about getting that t-shirt or hoodie that will help you stand out at your next holiday party?
Now is the time to check out the Hallmarkies Merch Store.
Full of festive designs by artists like Jessica Miller, Carrie from Hallmark Comics, and more.
You can even have more than just shirts, but totes, cell phone cases, notebooks, mugs, and more.
And it isn't just Hallmark. We have designs for Anna Green Gables, Man from Snowy River, The Nanny, and more.
Every purchase at the merch store goes to help support the podcast and allows us to make the great content you know and love.
There are frequent sales, so go to tpublic.com/stores/hallmarkies or see the link in the description.
That's tpublic.com/stores/hallmarkies.
But they did a good one with this Predator Badlands. I thought it was
did.
entertaining.
Yeah.
It was enjoyable. I just enjoyed watching it.
They did their job.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it felt fresh because even though I hadn't seen any other films, like, I mean, it did feel very derivative of The Mandalorian. Very similar.
Oh,
to
absolutely. I
of
saw the
course.
Mando trailer before it, and I'm like, what are we doing here? And it's
Yeah.
I was
I
like,
mean,
why is it Grogu
from-
giving like
from the perspective of a sort of villain character, whatever. They go on a journey, they've got a cute sidekick, all of that. So it's very, very much like The Mandalorian. But I was fine with that. It was well done. I enjoyed it.
if they do that and they make it their own, it's
Yeah.
fine. But if
Yes.
it's a carbon copy, we're gonna call it out on being a carbon copy,
Right.
and that's what's annoying. I
Agreed.
think. So
Yeah, agreed.
yeah.
And there wasn't anything that was trying to like correct the past, because that's when I get annoyed about the live action remakes that they're doing. Like, this is their chance to like
Yeah.
to do that, which I hate. There wasn't any of that. This was just a new story from the world of Predator.
Which is
You know?
what they need to be doing with their
Yeah.
franchises. It's like that even with Toy Story, I'm
Agreed.
like, what are we gonna do with the Jesse standalone? Like, why? I thought Toy Story
and
2
I
worked
like
as a Jesse standalone. Like,
I liked Toy Story 4. I will defend it. I enjoyed it, but
it was
man,
good.
Lightyear was terrible, and then the fifth one. What are they gonna do? What's left?
I wish I knew.
It's
I
like,
don't know.
what?
I'm like, these toys have been through so much. It's like, what
Yeah.
more do you want from them? I don't know what they're gonna do. Technology is
Yeah.
gonna be taking them away. That's what I thought Toy Story 4 was gonna mainly, like, primarily be about.
Yeah,
But now it's like, I don't know if they're gonna
I
focus
don't
more on
know.
tech
It's
because
weird.
I don't
It's
know
weird.
anymore. I don't know.
Well, I asked I asked on Twitter what people thought about the original Predator.
Mhm.
So let's see what I got here. Okay. So our friend Darren Nostalgia Cast, he says, personally, I love the movie as a takedown of macho Rambo posturing. Every one of our heroes talks like an 80s action star before they're picked off one by one by a being that's more advanced than they are in every way. The movie is so macho that it ends in a literal fistfight. So that's very good.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah. Let's see what else. So I said I've seen the original Predator. It's fun enough, but it didn't strike me as particularly memorable. And I will say that, like, I enjoyed it, but it did seem, I would say that's how I feel, that it didn't strike me as particularly memorable. Like, this is,
No.
it seemed a little bit like a throwaway action movie, a little bit.
It does when it gets to the end. I
Yeah.
think that's the third act really just kind of annoyed me because I was locked in until like
I can see
he
that.
went back to, like, I know it's a spoiler, but to go with Elle
Yeah.
Fanning. I was just like, yeah, okay.
Oh, you're talking about Badlands? So
Sorry, he's talking
no,
about
so I was
Predator.
talking about the
I heard
original
Badlands.
Predator. That to
Oh,
me, it
apologies.
didn't seem like especially memorable. It seemed like it's
Oh,
a little bit generic
oh,
for
100%.
80s,
Like,
80s
yeah.
action.
I think,
But
yeah, I
yeah,
think that the
but yeah.
Predator franchise alone had to compete with the Xenomorph for Alien. I think the Alien because they did AVP,
Yeah,
they did
that
Alien
feels a
versus
lot more
Predator.
memorable. Alien and Aliens
Oh,
feel a lot more
100%.
memorable.
And it's unfortunate because of, like, the sci-fi work that they did in those two films alone set the tone for the franchise. So you did have a Xenomorph versus Predator, and they
Yeah,
had that to compete with for a monster, like a creature
yeah.
feature in that case too. So it's hard.
Well, my friend Terry, she says, I feel the same. And I first saw it as a kid. Now my brother, he's like, it's awesome. You got to at least watch Predator 2, different tone and look, but also fun. It all goes downhill after that. So have you seen Predator
Yeah.
2?
Nope. I don't
Yeah.
plan to. I did Predator, Alien versus Predator, and then Prey was like fantastic, and I had to watch it for the hype. The only reason why I watched Badlands is for the hype, and I was pleasantly surprised with it, or else it's not a franchise that I'm gonna like marathon because everyone says it's good. Whereas like Alien, I did that. I watched all of them, even if like Resurrection was bad, type of
Yeah.
thing. Or Alien 3 was bad as well. So
Yeah.
so
So Aaron Newworth, he says it's an action movie satire that turns into a slasher film. It's also the best Expendables movie, which I can
yep.
see that. Yeah, that
Yeah,
makes
for
sense.
sure.
Mr. Flickster, he says, at its core, it's a slasher flick, but it's layered with sci-fi allegories about war, camaraderie, and survival. Existentially, the Predator represents man versus nature, the external and internal struggle of trying to control an uncontrollable force. So Master of One Inch Punch says, now just imagine being a kid and watching this in the theater in 1987. I remember wearing my ticket stub down while watching it. Ripping it. Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah. So that is Predator. And it'll be interesting to see what happens next, because they kind of did this bold swing with Predator Badlands. And I think that for sure we're beginning an Alien Predator movie next.
I hope so.
I think, unless it bombs super bad. And yeah, I guess we'll see what they come up with.
We'll see.
I'm
excited.
But all these people that are like, they think it's lame because this movie's PG-13, Predator Badlands. It's still pretty bloody. It's just it's alien blood.
Yeah.
It's like they might not have somebody swinging from a tree like they did in the original, but
he like slices
still
people
has
in half.
Blood.
He slices creatures in half. What more do we want here?
Yeah.
I don't understand. Like,
plus we don't want the same movie. We want them to do something. We want to do the same, and as long as they don't hurt canon, which is my main complaint with legacy sequels, is when they hurt canon. They didn't do that here, so I'm fine with it. I'm fine with it. So I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the original Predator, even if I think it's a little forgettable. But it was entertaining as a monster movie.
For sure.
Yeah,
I'm with you.
So there we go. That is this month's blind spot. So let us know what you think of both Predator Badlands and the original Predator, and anything you want to talk about in the comments. We'd love to hear. And next month we are going to be doing Kiss Kiss Bang Bang, and that's going to be interesting because I am not a big Shane Black fan. So we'll see if this one can win me over.
If it's as good as The Nice Guys.
It's not going to be as good as The Nice Guys.
It probably won't be as good.
Hopefully it will be good.
We'll see.
I feel pretty confident about that.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's what we're doing next month. Let us know what you think of that. And of course, then we'll be deciding what we talk about for Blind Spot in 2026. So that will be fun. And make sure you check out our playlist with all of our Blind Spot reviews. Been doing this for 2 years now. I can't believe it.
I know. It's been flying. I love it so much.
Yeah.
Crazy.
So if people want to follow you, how do they do it?
Yeah, you guys can follow me over at AMX ND Reviews on Twitter and Letterboxd. And then you can check out my website, candidxcinema.com, and my Instagram Threads as well, because I've been there more because Twitter's been annoying me. It's at Amanda Guaraggi. You can follow me there. Yeah.
And you can find me at Rachel's Reviews, all over social media, iTunes, YouTube, and on Rotten Tomatoes. Check that out. Also, you can hear me every Friday morning on KSL Movie Show, at least for the time being. Make sure to check that out. I would really appreciate it. And make sure you check out Hallmarky's podcast. I got a lot of fun stuff going on over there this time of year. And if you are listening on iTunes, please leave your ratings and reviews. We sure appreciate that. And if you are watching on YouTube, please give the video a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel. Appreciate that so much. And we also have the Patreon group, which is the biggest way you can support everything that we're doing. You get to be part of watch alongs and bonus episodes and lots of fun stuff at the Patreon. And we just started that you can listen to ad-free versions of both podcast Rachel's Reviews and Hallmarky's podcast as a Patreon member. So that's a fun thing. Nice. Like if you don't like ads, then that's for any level of all of the benefits, for any level. There's some that are unique to certain levels, but you can listen to it at any level of Patreon. So definitely check that out. And we have the merch store. We've got lots of fun movie inspired merch. You should check that out. We've got lots of fun holiday inspired merch at the merch store. So take a look. And thanks so much, everybody. We'll talk to you later. Bye.